This is the Marvel Legends series Spider-Man upgraded suit. I think this was intended by Hasbro to be a Walmart exclusive in the US. Out here in Manila, we do not have Walmart stores, so I picked this figure up from my local Toys R Us store for $26. And yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, so let's get Peter out of packaging. Okay, not much to it. Very basic figure. It's got this webbing. Huh. It's done in this clear white plastic. Okay, I kind of like that. And he's only got the gripping hands and the thwip hands. Okay, I would have wanted some fists, some closed fist hands. That's a missed opportunity. Considering the fact that this figure does not have a BAF piece, they could have easily put two fists right here. I mean, come on, Hasbro. The gripping hands can work as fists, but not really. I don't know. Is this what they wanted? I would have preferred fists, to be honest. No, than gripping hands, or at least one fist and one gripping hand. I think that would have been fair. Instead, it has two thwips, and well, at least they gave a unmasked Tom Holland Peter Parker head sculpt, which is really cool. I think it's the same one that we saw from the previously released figures. Yeah, it does look the same. Even the one with the hood, the masked one, I think it's the same. I could be wrong. I could be mistaken. Somebody let me know in the comment section if this is the same one or they retooled it or something. The head looks exactly the same. This one looks similar. It looks the same. I think I'm gonna go with it's the same. The arms kind of look the same. I don't have the original figure anymore, the first version of this figure, but based on my review of that one and the pictures I've seen of it, and I looked at my old review, I think it's a new torso with the same limbs. Somebody let me know in the comment section if that's the case. But yeah, the torso is looking really nice. It's got a ratcheting waist swivel, ratcheting ab crunch, butterfly joints. Shoulders go in and out, forward and backward, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. You can still see the pins. That's how I know it's probably an older or a repurposed limb. Wrists can go in and out, swivel. Ball jointed hips can do the splits, forward and backward, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, again more pins. Ankles go up and down and have the rocker tilt. Neck, it's the old neck assembly. I guess this is the only neck assembly they can put for Spider-Man. Okay, there we go. So ball jointed neck, that is on a hinge. If you're looking through several on the pegs, the paint apps that you should worry about are first and foremost the Spider-Man emblem, the spider emblem on the chest. Make sure that it's evenly painted. The black and the white paint are spaced evenly. You can clearly see this one. This is the most perfect one I've seen. Next thing you want to look is on the mask, the eyes. Make sure that the white is painted squarely or properly and it doesn't bleed into the black, and vice versa. The black doesn't bleed into the white. And then other paint issues could be the red bleeding into the black, the red line that's been painted over his bicep. You got to check that. You got to check the fists and the thwip hands. Make sure the black is properly painted over the red. I mean, there's hardly any paint on this figure that warrants quality issues. I mean, it's a very straightforward figure that you can easily paint, so I don't understand why there's still some splotches here and there. And they've done this figure several times. You'd think that they've already mastered how to avoid quality issues on the paint, but they haven't. Oh, the white on the back part looks okay. I would have wished that the paint right here on on the spider legs on the leftmost would have been a little bit like a millimeter to the left, but yeah, I know it's not a Hot Toys, it's not a Mayfex, it's not a Figuarts, but I mean, come on, Hasbro. Aren't you just sick and tired of quality control issues? If you wanted a comparison with the unmasked head sculpt, here is the Tom Holland head sculpt with the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man head sculpt, which is loosely based off of Tom Holland as Spider-Man. It's looking much smaller than the What If version, but the similarities are there. Some final thoughts on this figure. It's a decent MCU Peter Parker, Tom Holland Spider-Man, but the paint apps are just going to bog down the grade. I mean, it's going to pull down the grade to about an 8.5 out of 10. I wanted to give it a 10, but there's too much quality control issues. I might seem to be nitpicking, but when you look at it closely, it's pretty annoying that they've already done this figure several times and they still can't get the paint apps perfectly. 8.5 out of 10, I think, is fair. So who do you think did it best? It looks like Miles Morales is still the clear winner for these 2021 Spider-Man figures. But who really did it best? I'm still gonna go with the retro Spider-Man. I think that's still the best Spider-Man figure for the Marvel Legends line. These other figures are actually pretty awesome. But if you want the most iconic Spider-Man done in the 6-inch scale, I think Retro Spider-Man is still the clear winner. All these figures are amazing. They are an integral part to any Spider-Man collection for the Marvel Legends line. If you've already had the previous Tom Holland Spider-Man figures, there's probably no need to pick up this one. This figure is, I think, for the most part, for collectors like me who've sold off all my Tom Holland Spider-Man figures, and I'm still looking for one just to put in my MCU collection, and this is the figure for you. If you're like me, that's really the figure for you. And I do appreciate what Hasbro is trying to do with every movie coming out, every show coming out. The main characters never get, they never stop production for the main characters. Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, you get Spider-Man, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, you get Wolverine, Captain America, Iron Man, and so on and so forth. This benefits the new collectors. So if you're new to the game, there's no need to go pay exorbitant and just ridiculous amounts of money to get the older figures on eBay. Hasbro will always produce the same figures over and over, the favorite figures for collectors over and over, and probably do a better version of them. And I think that's what's happening with these Spider-Man figures. I do hope they reproduce this figure and this figure as well, especially because it's just so incredibly hard to get those figures. And especially this figure. I mean, come on, Hasbro. You got to reissue this figure so that all the scalper prices, all scalpers are going to just be forced to bring down their prices and those who hoarded these figures. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this new Walmart exclusive Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.